Good morning, Dr. Rob Kiltz. How you doing? Another awesome and amazing day. I'm in my pottery shirt, my painting pants. I'm in my studio where I love to share health and wellness ideas with you. And Mind, Body, Smile, something I've been doing for a long time, and how what you put in the mind and the mouth matters on how this human Ferrari lives, lasts, enjoys, creates. That's it. All right, so I'm going to talk about sugar, right? And sugar equals glucose. And do we require to eat any sugar, any glucose ever? The answer is zero needs to be consumed by the body ever, my friends. I know, this is something I didn't understand or believe. And where does sugar come from? All right, that thing called sunlight, right? Plus carbon dioxide. This is the stuff in the air we breathe, you can't see. But it's mostly the exhaled stuff, by the way, because we bring in all that oxygen, we exhale all that carbon dioxide, plus water, creates, guess what, from a seed, a stem, branches with leaves. Yes, I know, my drawings aren't quite right, but they're close. All those roots down here, by the way. And we create flowers, right? All this beautiful flower stuff to attract the birds and the bees, right? And all this stuff that is so amazing in the universe that it even exists. And the fruits, basically. Oh my God, even this fruit with all the seeds in it. But this, my friend, is a long chain carbon particle created. Remember all these carbons with oxygens and hydrogens, right? Carbohydrates. And you and I require zero ever to be consumed. I know, it's crazy shit, isn't it? And I needed to get something to clean this off because I'm going to tell the story of the most amazing thing that I didn't know as a physician. Right? Now, I'm just a standard American doctor, SAD, by the way. And I've been trained by the Standard American Doctor Training Association. And I'm quite proud to be a physician, by the way. But what I've learned over the years is that we've actually been given the wrong advice into our health and wellness. Your and my health and wellness is built in a more simple way than you ever know. All right. Food. Right? Carbs, protein, and fat. This is it. There's nothing more. Out of all that plant stuff we eat, these are the 3 macromolecules. And I didn't know it, but our body requires 0 carbohydrates. There are no essential fats, no essential carbs in the universe. But essential fatty acids and amino acids are critical for our bodies, our health and wellness, all right? It's really simple, but I didn't get it. And I've been sharing a standard American diet for years, which is a high plant-based diet. And plants basically are all carbs, my friends. As I showed, that carbon dioxide plus sunlight and water makes a long-chain carbon particle, which is simple sugar, complex sugar, and just for a complex mind that can't quite figure out how to share the story properly. But basically, when we eat these foods, right, all this healthy food, which is the majority of our food, remember that thing called the pyramid, is the majority carbs, a little bit of protein, and very little fat. But in fact, health and wellness should be built in the opposite. This should be your calories from fat. Protein is about the same, and carbs, that's about it. Now, this basically is the paleo diet. That's the caveman diet. That's when we were hunters and gatherers, and we were just out of the caves, right? I don't know. It's a good story. I don't know what is true. And if you're looking for evidence, like if you're not feeling well, you're hurting, you got colitis, Crohn's, irritable bowel, you got any of those chronic fatigues and all these maladies of the human mind and the body, then you got to look at this shit. All right, so let's get rid of that shit one more second, huh? All right, so all that shit, all that food goes goes into the gullet, right, and goes to the stomach, and where all those complex, let's spell this right, all this complex stuff becomes simple sugar, amino acids, and fatty acids. It's as simple as that. I can't take it any simpler, right? And then in the intestines, so all of this slurry, it goes from solid mostly, unless you've smoothified it or ground it up, and basically you've processed it already. That's not what nature made for us, by the way, all these blending machines and these smoothies and all these protein shit. And there's no such thing as plant proteins in any significant amount. I'm sorry, you're buying stuff that you don't even need. Get back to natural, that's the healthiest way to go. All right, the intestines then got this big long tube which allow all the simple sugars and amino acids basically to go to the liver, which is a critical organ for us, because the liver with, guess what, with insulin, basically the insulin is required to convert these two things into the only thing your body really wants, which is fat. Fucking fat. Skinny bitches die, fat babes thrive and survive. If you don't have cush and curves, you're dead. I'm sorry, this idea to try to get thin is stupid. We should be working to be fat because the famine was more likely to hit than the abundance that you have today. But you've been convinced to eat as if there's going to be a famine, which basically all this stuff that you're consuming, which is creating an increased glucose level in your bloodstream 24/7, 365. Remember, all this complex shit in your bowels, which is basically secreting glucose in your bloodstream 24/7. And there's no such thing as insulin resistance, by the way. There's just a resistant mind to new ideas. The insulin resistance is caused, basically, it's easy. Constant secretion of glucose from the intestines into the bloodstream, into the hepatic portal system, which sends all amino acids and all simple sugars to the liver. And the pancreas secretes all of its insulin to the liver, and my bet is the liver is the only organ that it has its major effects on. It's simple as that, my friends. We've been taught to consume 3 to 5 meals a day, get down on all fours and be a grazing animal, and you and I are lions, tigers, and eagles. It's amazing. These concepts and ideas are not what you and I have been taught. I know it. It didn't make sense to me as a standard American doctor. But I was tired of everyone saying that Cheerios and Special K and oatmeal is healthy for us. It's pure sugar, my friends. It's full of fiber. And fiber, basically, it ferments. Fermentation. Fermentation is basically heat, alcohol, aldehydes, gas, methane gas. All these things are deadly for your body. And in the colon, it causes a tremendous amount of inflammation. I call this the ring of fire. Basically, that ring of fire is all around your lower abdomen. It's causing all this pelvic pain, which my bet is causes endometriosis. It causes bad sperm, bad hormones in men and women, sexual dysfunction, mental dysfunction, and every external and internal malady we suffer from, which is basically from that pyramid, which is basically the spike is, you know what, doing to your ass. It's hurting because we're not meant to eat a high plant-based diet. You can. Listen, I'm not here to say you can't, and yes, there are plenty of healthy people that do, but you're suffering. The reason you're suffering is because of what you eat and consume in your mouth. And we have been given the absolute incorrect information. And I never believed this until I did it. Now, I'm just a standard American doctor, all right? I know it seems crazy. How can Dr. Rob kilts know the answer, but somehow it's not being shared. Well, it is. There's a lot of good information out there. But everyone's got the misidentification of ketogenic diets. There's no such thing, by the way, as ketosis. Yes, you can measure ketone bodies, all right? But the body is always burning fatty acids, acetyl-CoA, that is made from sugar and amino acids. Of course, you have to make it. And this idea that you burn sugar ain't true. You burn fat, my friends, acetyl-CoA. I know. All right. 5 causes of disease. Dis-ease in your body. It starts in the bowels, I know. All those poopy problems, those migraine problems, epilepsy, ALS, MS, I'll go down the list. Chronic fatigue, it's all caused by basically the healthy diet that you and I have been taught is good. Remember, salad, fruits, fiber, vegetables, nature's toilet paper. I didn't believe it. I'm sorry. I know it's crazy, right? How can all the supermarkets and the super really intelligent Harvards and the Mayo and all these great places, now we like variety, I know that. But variety is deadly. Spices are deadly. We've created these things for thousands of years because we didn't have such abundance that we had today, but we created it. I know it. It's really simple. All right, number 1, glucose. Remember, if you're eating the standard diet, it's 70% carbs. All right, it's about 20% protein, and it's about 10% fat. All right, healthy fat. Let's see, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. I'm sorry, those are processed, industrialized, made oils. They're not nature's oils. This is nature's fat, my friends. And if you don't have some, you're dead. And remember, the number 1 organ that makes fat, the only organ that makes fat, is actually the liver. And if you don't have insulin or have a liver, you ain't making fat and you're dead. It's a pretty amazing concept and story. It's so simple. And my bet is the causes are simple. So glucose causes something called glycation, which the binding of glucose to every nook and cranny of your body, causing disfiguration and malfunction everywhere. And when the mitochondria die, you die. But if you don't die, there's something called fermentation in the cytoplasm of some cell lines, which are able to convert to a tumor cell, a cancer cell. It's done. You're done. And I know this stuff sounds very, very, very crazy, right? Number 2, plant antigens. Plants are amazingly smart. They know how to get you to eat them. They're going to kill you. And then they're going to sprout from within you, right? These plant antigens we're allergic to. I mean, you know no one who's allergic to fatty meat. I'm sorry, okay. You might find someone, oh my God, there's this bug in them, or there's this other thing that that animal is eating that you're allergic to, but you ain't allergic to meat. It's rare, my friends. Fish, okay, get rid of fish. Land animals, that's it. And I'm not a believer in all this turkey and chicken. You're touching it too much. It's lean, and all this lean meat converts to simply one thing: fat in the liver, amino acids. Where else are they going, my friends? I know, it's crazy. But these plant antigens we're allergic to. My daughter's allergic to avocados, bananas. I know so many people allergic to strawberries. And kale is a killer. Guess what? It's simple. Kale, it's sugar. It's got all these antigens in it that you're allergic to. Done deal. I know, it seems wildly crazy, and I didn't get it either, but I'm learning and learning and learning how powerful the food industry is in teaching us what's good for us, but there's so much variety and so many needs and minerals and vitamins, and my God, I can't make heads or tails out of most of it. All right. 3, plant phytochemicals. All right. The plants make chemicals which we've been using as herbs and medicines to heal for thousands of years or to hurt as poisons. I know. And herbal medicine is just the early pharmaceutical industry. Now we figured out how to take those pharmaceuticals and grind them down and process them and separate into their entities, and guess what? Plant phytochemicals, deadly. Marijuana, heroin, cocaine, I'll go down the list. But these are simple, my friends. I'm only a simple, standard American doctor. All right, fiber plus bacteria, yeast, viruses, microorganisms. All this ferments in our body and breaks down. And I'm sorry, fiber does break down in our body due to the bacteria and the yeast, done deal. And many of our acids in our stomach are capable of breaking down some of it. Remember, when you chew this fiber, you simplify it and you expose it to the ability of your enzymes to break it down in the process of digestion. And eating all of this causes indigestion, by the way. Remember, the fiber makes heat, gas, aldehyde, alcohol, methane. It's bad for the bowels. It's pushing down to create hemorrhoids, up to produce GERD, and eventually all that inflammation in this little beautiful, amazing entity causes all that stupid shit that you and I have been taught is so good for us. I know, it's crazy. It's not. Number 5, exercise. I'm sorry, the running, heating up of this body and doing all this stuff in order to get healthy. Well, aren't you already healthy and well as the beautiful, amazing animal? And lions and eagles don't exercise. Yes, they move a little bit. They hunt. They feast, feed, and fuck, all animals do. We got to get back to the fact that we are a human animal that requires breathing, drinking, eating, and reproducing. And we're a loving animal. We require the herd and connections. That's why I'm sharing all this shit, because I love the connection. It vibrates in a positive way. That's simple. But exercise, yes, go do something. Be creative. Paint. Do pottery, jewelry, write, sing, dance, do something that inspires you every day. But get off the fucking treadmill. You'll fall, you'll hurt yourself, you'll die. The spinning class, you'll drop dead of a heart attack, oh my God. And remember, heart disease is caused by glucose glycation, antigens, phytochemicals. The amazing part is that everyone has blamed fat. Fat obesity causes no diseases. It's a sign that you're a high carb eater. And remember, we've been taught to eat like a grazing animal, and then taught like you eat more food to get on a treadmill to burn the energy. Wait a minute, why did I eat so much food in order to pay more money to go to a gym in order to burn the energy? Or go running on the road or riding my bike on the road with the car zipping by a guy on a text and like, bam, you're gone. It doesn't make sense. I didn't understand it either, but it's pretty amazing concepts and ideas. But exercise causes heat in the gut. It robs the blood flow from the core. It sends it to the arms and legs. It takes away from the brain. Fight or flight, the adrenals are in super drive. It's clamping down on those vessels. It's bad for you on a regular basis. Yoga, meditation, Tai Chi, simple, easy. And I'm telling you, zero exercise. Now, I get up and I do something, but that's not why I've got this physique. What I've learned, we naturally are built for the very best. But you and I have been taught the wrong things. Turn it around. It really is very simple, my friends. This is the pyramid. well, let's make it like this, all right? Calories from fat, calories from protein, and calories from carbs. All right, let's say it should be 70, 20, 10. Paleo, okay, again, labels, that's all they are. They're not as much of the scientific things happening physiologically. I know, measure ketones, do all this shit, get on the scale, measure your food, bullshit, all right? Drink lots of amazing coffee. All right, not lots, enjoy it. Get away from alcohol. All this alcohol is deadly for the human body, and alcohol made in the colon, the fermenting spot of the universe. Fiber, fermentation, colon, Crohn's, irritable bowel, colitis, cancer, deadly, my friends. Fat is the lubrication and the energy for our bodies. You'll put it in a Ferrari, you'll get it lubed and oil changed, amazing. The Ferrari that is on the racetrack, my friends. Okay, yes, it's fun, enjoyable, yes, but it's deadly. It's gonna end up in the junkyard more than you know, and I know the show doesn't make sense. And I'm giving some ideas that, they're different. They're opposite. I've learned from many out there, but the simple story is we require 0 carbohydrates, 0. Okay, yes, I'm gonna eat them from time to time. Remember, lettuce, vegetables, raw fruit, vegetables are deadly. They contain a tremendous amount of sugar, plant antigens, phytochemicals, bacteria and yeast, and fiber. They'll fuck you, they'll feel bad, it won't feel good. I know you're young and healthy. You're in your teens and early 20s, and I see so many people with cancer, suffering, diabetes, hypertension, epilepsy, all right? All of this stuff is micronized in the gut, is sent all around your body to every nook and cranny like dust. It stimulates the immune system that causes every disease that we go like, gee, it must be a genetic mutation. Like genetic idiots we are. Now, no disrespect for all the scientists out there, by the way. They're amazing, and I'm grateful for all the medications and all the drugs and all the creative healing processes that we've created over an infinite number of years. But we've been misled by complexity. But as Occam says, it's really very, very, very simple. You and I are Ferraris. We are the most amazing, strong, capable of going and going and going. But you gotta get rest. 1 meal a day at night, rest and digest. Feed them, fuck them, put them to bed, and shut the fuck up. Go shopping. Now, no disrespect in any of my words, by the way, please forgive me, but these things are words that we listen by. Tony Robbins, too much sometimes, the words, but a great and amazing energy and creative processes. And I'm sharing some concepts that I'm a standard American doctor. That's sad. And I've continued to recommend in the past, diet didn't matter, or eat the standard American diet that all the health companies tell us and all the experts at the high end. But I'm telling you, they're driven by money. All of us in one way are. Not to put it down, by the way. But we're driven by a concept and idea that we're just driven down the road, and it's just taking us right down to the disease. This term keto is king is amazing. Paleo, all right, it works. It's natural. And remember, if you don't have a problem, don't worry about it. Don't even listen to this. The World Turned Upside Down by Richard David Feynman, an awesome, amazing book. And that's what I learned, that carbs have 0 requirements in our body ever. Your body makes glucose, all it needs, exactly what it does and what it's for. I'm going to tell you, I don't know. But I'm telling you, if you have no glucose, and rarely do you find anyone with no glucose, and those that have no glucose typically took insulin, bottomed out, bad. And you'll know almost no diabetic that became hyperglycemic from eating no carbs. You got to eat carbs to get there. And yes, we have to eat. We have to breathe. We have to drink something. But You've been listening to the wrong advice for way too long, my friend. That's it. And I'm no smarter than any other of the amazing docs out there. I'm a simple fertility doctor that I've learned from my fertility patients. Diet does matter. First, in the paleo diet, I was seeing so many conceive, sperm go up, AMH go up, the ovarian reserve get better. Those that we said, oh, you'll never get pregnant with your own eggs, did. Kiltz's keto is king. Bacon, eggs, butter, beef, ice cream. It's easy, amazing, by the way. But basically, we're made of fat. Phospholipids, every cell of your body is made of fat. When the glucose damages the coronary arteries and the cell needs to be repaired, platelets, and then fat patches it, but we see the fat and we thought, oh my God, you must be the cause. But in fact, it's carbs and glucose, which you and I have zero requirements. And ask your hospital, your doc, why are they feeding all of this low-fat milk, cereal, fruits, juices, vegetables, and no fatty meats? They're not even considering this ketogenic idea, how powerful it is, by the way. And the term ketogenic is the label, but Kiltz's keto is the king. Nearly zero. All right. Bacon and eggs, but beef bacon, pork bacon, whatever it is. Oh, I was at some friends, Michelle, Bill, yesterday for this great, amazing Iberian ham. Oh, to die for. But listen, fish is a filtered animal, and in our toxic waters, they're picking up all these toxins. And seeds and nuts have arsenic and cyanide. I know. And there's no such thing as almond milk. All right? And high-fat yogurt is made of milk, which is lactose, which is sugar. And my bet is the labels aren't true. You and I have been standardized by these concepts that are incorrect. What I'm suggesting here is it's really very, very, very simple. We're a fat-making, a fat-burning machine, and our body is made of fat. That's why when we jump into water, we don't dissolve. It's easy. The mind is the master, by the way. James Allen, Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra, Tony Robbins, right? The master, Buddha, Lao Tse. Check out Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist, right? The Old and New Testaments, the Quran. These are words and philosophy that are powerful for all of us. Every day. It's really simple. Thank you, God, for this awesome and amazing day. You are the most special, important entity of the universe. You are. We treat ourselves poorly. We first think less of ourselves, and we don't look into that mirror and say, oh, amazing, thank you, God, for you. God has created within all man, all women, all human beings. We are that which we think we are. That is the power entity of the universe. And you are healthy, you are Ferrari, you are Bugatti, you are whatever you desire to be. But when you think you're less, you be that. When you think you're more, but you look upon all human beings in the exact same way, that's the home run. This is an amazing Christmas 2018, and all of us have troubles. They're the treasures, the presents of the universe that God gave to all of us, by the way. And I know my ideas don't always sound like they're sound and correct, but I've shared some thoughts and ideas that I didn't believe either. And don't believe me, check out my Mind, Body, Smile. There's so many entities out there to help us get healthy and well, but imagine that you already are that you desire to be. And these ideas of food to fuel the Ferrari, you are the human Ferrari, by the way. You are. Breath and Smile, one meal a day at night, high fat, protein's about 20% of your calories. Really get rid of a ton of those carbs and cook them down, kill the bacteria and yeast. Get rid of the fiber. It's deadly. Your poop will come out. Don't worry. Be patient. Stop with all these drugs to get, oh my God, I got to have a bowel movement every day. Dumb, stupid. Get rid of alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, drugs. Take care of your body, your mind. Remember, what you put in your mind and your mouth matters most. Dr. Rob Kiltz, a Mind, Body, Smile, the Fertile Grounds Cafe, see my healing arts, see my fertility, Dr. Rob Kiltz. Go and paint, do pottery, write a story, do some poetry, sing a song, be creative, and connect in a positive way with yourself in the mirror and all your friends and family, everyone you know. God bless. Enjoy this day.